I'm a very restless person. I needed to exert this energy in some other things. The courtroom was just too. And I boldly say I started not as an A student. When I was in secondary school, I was too playful. But then at a point in my life, I knew I had to get serious. And at that point, that it dawned on me that it's getting late. I switched. And it was like magic. From not middle, from lower class, I moved to upper class. I started catering by chance. I have this friend that was living abroad, and the friend just called me and said, the father died, the mother died, and said, Yewande, please, I need help. Can you help me get a caterer? I need to cater for my mom's burial. I said, okay, give me a few time. I will get back to you. Let me search. And I looked, I said, this is what you want to do now. I've had issues that could have made me stop a long time ago. But because I have passion for it, even if I cry and say, I'm not doing it again, I'm waking up the next morning and trying again, until you get it. Let me first let you know that I didn't start catering first as a business. I started with poultry because my father was a farmer as well. He had a very large farm. So I started with poultry. I was doing alongside with my husband. We were supplying the likes of UAC, Tantalizer at that time. We'll rear the chicken, we'll process it, and then we'll supply. But then I saw that they weren't paying, they will pay until the end of the month. Your capital was tied down. A lot of things were happening. I just said, no, I needed to do another thing.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to a new space. A space where we have honest conversations, real-life experiences, and faith-filled perspectives. Here we talk about life as it truly is. The struggles, the victories, the experiences gained. Nothing is too big to discuss. On this space, we'll be having amazing personalities sharing their real-life experiences with us, deep wisdoms to navigate our lives, our purposes, our relationship, and many other things in between. I am your host. My name is Funmi, and this is LifeTalk with Funmi. Good day, everyone. Welcome to another amazing episode of LifeTalk with Funmi, where we have insightful conversations that run deep, conversations that can help shaping us. And on today's episode, I have an amazing guest. We'll be talking about career, having a 9-to-5 job, and also having a successful business alongside your 9-to-5 career. With me, I have who I call Mommy Wendy, but her name is Mrs. Yewande Ogunlana. Welcome, ma. Welcome, ma. Welcome, ma. You are a lawyer.
Yes, please.
How long have you been practicing for?
I was called to bar in 1999. Not really a practicing lawyer, but I worked in the law department of Niger Insurance for some time before I left and delved into business. But now I'm back to working 9 to 5 again. At least for the past 7 years, I've been working 9 to 5 again, and I've been running it along with my business successfully.
You have a catering business.
I have a catering business.
And I know it's big. You've been able to. What's the largest number of guests you have to cater for?
3,500.
3,500. Now, since
3,500, but with ACOTA during the time of dedication, that pushed me further.
I remember we had to cater for about 5,000 to 6,000 guests. So far in your career and also in the business, have you been able to merge it together and run it successfully?
Well, it takes a lot. It's not easy though, but it takes a lot of dedication and determination. You have to take risk, you have to be focused, and you have to, move ahead of time. And what do I mean by move ahead of time is you think ahead of what you want to do. You don't limit yourself. Think far beyond what you think you can do. And with that, you can achieve a lot. And at that time, I was raising children as well. So raising children, doing school runs, running business, going to work is a lot. But then you have to plan. You have to plan very well. So I take my daily routine very seriously. Very seriously. The time I wake up, the time I do this, the time I do that, the time I look after the kids, I do school run. I mean, I was able to merge all of that. But sometimes if you are not careful, it can lead you to a state that you don't want. But then with God being on my side, because I love God, I serve God, I praise God all the time. So God has been able to push me ahead of what I want to do each time.
Okay, so what's after studying law and then practicing a bit or working in the legal department of a company, what now made you decide, oh, let me go into business?
All right, I've always loved business, and I've always loved hospitality business because my mom, as a teacher, had a side hustle of catering. So growing up, I was lured into that business. We do it with her. She bakes. In fact, when we were growing up, she was the best in Abeokuta, then the best wedding cake maker. You know, if you want a good wedding cake, you must visit her. So before we go to school, we will bake, we will do a lot of things. So I had interest in that line from small. But then I had a passion for law because I had a lawyer, a neighbor then that was a lawyer. So each time he is going to work, I watch him adorn his suit, the lawyer's gown, the wig, and he's going to court. And then one day I approached him and I said, if I want to look like you, what does it take? He said, well, you have to be hardworking, read very well, study art, and he put me through. So since then, I had that passion that I just want to be a lawyer. Then I had a textbook, one English comprehensive textbook. It has the picture of a lawyer in it. So I kept that textbook. Every morning, I look at it and say, yes, this is where I want to be. And God's been on my side. I was able to achieve that excellently.
And what's wrong?
Once or
Or you never
twice,
found yourself in a
should I say? But to me, it was not too encouraging for me. I'm a very restless person. I needed to exert this energy in some other things. The courtroom was just too
Steve, or too
it's
boring?
too slow for me, for the energy that I had. So I needed something that would take more of my energy, or else I won't move. I'll just be stuck in one place. But I needed to move. I had so much energy. I was restless as a child. So, when you have a restless child, you have to put that child through some processes, or else the child will become mischievous. You would think he or she is misbehaving, not knowing that you are not channeling that energy into something positive. So I knew the courtroom was not for me. But then I needed the experience to guide me in whatever I wanted to do at that time. So I sticked to it for a little bit of time, then I went into business.
Now, when you were thinking of the business, although you already told us that your mom was already in that business, you grew with it, but what now made you say, okay, let me go into catering, knowing how stressful it can be? Did you have the understanding of the business part of it very well before stepping into it, or you just took a risk?
All right. Let me first let you know that I didn't start catering first as a business.
Oh.
I started with poultry because my father was a farmer as well. He had a very large farm. So I started with poultry. I was doing alongside with my husband. We were supplying the likes of UAC, Tantalizer at that time. We'll rear the chicken, we'll process it, and then we'll supply. But then I saw that they weren't paying. They would pay until the end of the month. Your capital was tied down. A lot of things were happening. I just said no. I needed to do another thing. I tried a few other things, but then I had always had passion for cooking, for hospitality, for event planning since I was young, and I did that through my university days, planning parties. Even as living in hostel as a student, I was cooking for people's party. I'd always had that passion. So, and it's always good to delve into what you enjoy doing. What you enjoy, even when you get to the worst, you won't be tired of it. It's always good to delve into it. So I just said, okay, since I enjoy cooking, since I enjoy this, let me just do it. But I busted into cooking by chance. You know what people call good luck? It's nothing than preparation, meeting opportunity. You had prepared your mind, this is what you want to do. You were getting ready, then the opportunity just came. I just tapped it. I started catering by chance. I have this friend that was living abroad, and the friend just called me and said, the father died, the mother died, and said, Yewande, please, I need help. Can you help me get a caterer? I need to cater for my mom's burial. I said, okay, give me a few time. I will get back to you. Let me search. And I looked, I said, this is what you want to do now. Why don't you just take the job and opportunity? You are prepared now. You had already started gathering things, I prayed about it. And I just called him back the second. I said, oh boy, do you know I do catering? He said, really? I said, he said, what can you do? I can do that. I said, but the burial is in ACOTA. I said, no sweat. And that was it. For the first time, I catered for 300 people and I did it successfully. At that time, I had no worker, no anything, but I hired people, I rallied around, and it was a great success. And since that day, I have not looked back. I've not looked back. So when we hear, that one is good luck, it's not good. There's nothing like good luck. It's just that you had prepared, the opportunity came, and you tapped into it. That's just it.
Okay, so that was nice. And so far in the catering business, was there any job you took in the catering and event plan? Was there any job you took that things either almost went wrong or went wrong?
Yeah, yes, a few times. But then, because of experience, I've been doing this for over 15, 16 years. And there's hardly a weekend that we don't have job. And because I said it's not mainly catering I do souvenirs, I do event planning as well, I do small jobs, I do ashwebi. So every weekend, one must show face. And all is under hospitality. Hospitality is an encompassing, core business industry, So if you know how to tap it correctly, you will get it right. Yes, I majored in catering, but I do take event planning, and I have people I use. And most times when I take event planning, I don't do the catering purposely. Okay. When I plan your event, you won't see me doing catering. I would employ other people to do it so that I'll be able to supervise very well, and the interest is not conflicted. Do you understand? So, but when I take catering, it's something I have passion for. So I do it with my whole heart. We plan, we execute correctly, and it's just fine. And customer satisfaction is the main ingredient of catering. Don't because they have said do 200, you just do 200 and move on. You make sure that even at that point, when you have exhausted that 200, a few other people that comes in at that time will say have something to get. So you do extras. And then the major thing, don't get late to an event, no matter how challenging it is. But I have had a major setback. And that was one of our members gave me a job. And that was the time they were doing this road. The event was for 2 o'clock. We left away at 8 a.m. We didn't get to the event until 3. The road was blocked from Awoyaya to Magodo. Everywhere was a standstill. But to God be the glory, as we got there, because we had planned, we had experience in what we do, so we were immediately able to set up. The hall was full, everybody was expecting food, but we were able to deliver very well. And then I'd make sure that there's no event of mine that I go to and I will have food finishing. I always go with SS. And that is what is always make people to refer us. We get a lot of referral. I hardly do advertisements.
Okay, thank you, ma. Now, having to do your 9 to 5, running a business, running the family, have you been able to manage all this? And also, for people who are already in this 9 to 5 or already in business, just one of them, and I'm thinking of adding one or two to it, what can they do? How can they go about it and be able to also still navigate, especially in this Nigerian Lagos situation?
All right, thank you. Managing 9 to 5 work and business together. I told you earlier that I left 9 to 5 for some time to set up my business. It was after the business is standing and is moving on its own. Because if you want to run a successful business, you have to run it in a way that the business can be on its own, whether you are there or not, it's running. So I've taken it to a place where it can run on its own. So it was at that point that I went back to 9 to 5. And at that time, my children are all grown and they can take care of themselves. So I had time on my hand to go back to a 9 to 5 job. But that notwithstanding, I'm still the overhead officer of my business. I still see through the daily activities they do. We have plans, we have structures, and so we follow all laid down structures. And I have permanent staff, and I can boldly say I have staff that I started with 15 years ago, and they are still with me. We run it like we are family. So that's the main secrets of the success of the business. When you have people that are taking you as family, working with you, doing the job as if it's their own personal business, and you taking care of them the way you are supposed to, the business is going places. You are not scared that I'm not there, what will happen? They do it as if you are there. And then I see to whatever they do daily. And then for people that wants to do business is not easy. Business is not easy, but you have to give it your all. Don't say because you tried, you failed, you are stopping. It's a risk. And when you take risk, you don't know where it will land you. Whether successful, whether not successful, but I can tell you boldly, I've laid my hand on so many businesses. And at a point, I had to shut one down for one, shut one down, and till you get to, let's maintain this. You've tried your hands on so many other ones. So keep trying, keep testing the water. But I know that you will get to a point, you will know the one that you have to hold on to.
Okay. Now, you said you left the 9 to 5, focused on your business, and then you came back. Please, is there a certain age where you think somebody should get to and then say, oh, I can no longer do this? Is there a limit?
Is it with
trying?
9?
Either with 9 to 5, either with business. Is there a limit to say, oh, I'm too old to let me just stop. I can no longer try again.
Nobody is too old to do business. Nobody is too old to do business. And that is why I put in passion. When you want to do a business, start with something you have passion for. That no matter how bad it is, you won't get tired of keeping moving, So I have I have issues. I've had issues that could have made me stop a long time ago. But because I have passion for it, even if I cry and say, I'm not doing it again, I'm not doing it, I'm waking up the next morning and trying again, until you get it. So nobody has the power or autonomy to say, this is what I want to do. I have to start and it has to kick off at once. No. There's no law that says that, except to get it right from the beginning. And it's only God that can give someone that grace. Wow. That grace is from God. But you keep trying till you get it. Even in your workplace, you don't just get it at once. You keep trying. You make mistakes. You get corrected. You start again. You move on. Even in school, while you were in school. And I boldly say I started not as an A student. When I was in secondary school, I was too playful. But then at a point in my life, I knew I had to get serious. And at that point, that it dawned on me that it's getting late. I switched. And it was like magic. From not middle, from lower class, I moved to upper class. Wow. So it has to be you. It's a decision you have to make yourself. That I'm not going to quit until I get this thing right. So you keep trying. You keep trying. There's never a time. No, it's not too late, and it's not too early.
It's not too early also.
It's not. I encourage my children to start business early.
Okay.
So it's not too late. It's not too early. But I know it's not everybody that is cut out for business. It's not everybody. It's not everybody that can do business. So, but when you know that you have passion, the zeal or the passion to do business, just keep at it.
Okay. So what's the main advice now that you are going to give to the young ones on either pursuing their career, pursuing business, or doing both, just like you were able to do? And for those who are saying, okay, it's business I want to do, but with zero capital, how can they start?
Okay, let me start with career. If you're building up a career, you don't be career at mouth. It takes your strength, your dedication, your energy, your everything. And you have to put God first. You just don't build career on words of mouth. You have to walk through it. It's tough. It's hard. But you keep going until you climb all the ladders. You don't move from down to up. You climb the ladders to be a successful career person. And likewise in business, I advise don't just jump into business. Look for whoever has been in that business for some time and go and learn under that person. Mentorship. Go and learn under that person. I was able to sail through business because I was learning from my mom at that time. I was learning. Although I never knew I would work with it, but I was just learning. And no skill is wasted. No skill is wasted. And why I said no skill is wasted, because I remember every holiday, my parents would not allow us to stay at home. We must go out and learn a skill. I've learned hairdressing, I've learned facials, I've learned tailoring, we've learned cake making, everything, bead making. I know how to do a lot of things. But then you have to choose which one you have passion for. Which one will make you happy even when you are angry. Like myself, even when I'm angry, give me an event plan. I will do it. Give me food to cook, I will do it. Those are the things that lighten me up. Those are the things that make me happy. So if you have chosen a career or a business like that, then the sky is your starting point.
Okay. In all of this, what has kept you going? For some they say it's a Bible verse. For some they say it's their prayer time. What has kept you going?
It's everything. God has kept me going. I'm a lover of God. I love church. I love praising. I love singing. And then I am a person that is very hardworking. I play a lot though. But when it comes to my work, I don't joke with it. So, and then when you get support from friends, family, colleagues that makes you keep going. I mean, you get enough. You get enough zeal to keep going, even when it is difficult, when it is tough. Encouragement from people, and I'm a person that I don't dwell in whatever mistake I've made. I don't dwell in it. If you dwell in it, it keeps you down. You have to use that mistake as a stepping stone to keep going. Yes, you have made a mistake. Yes, you have made a fool of everything. But then, don't let it hold you down. Just keep going. Keep going. With God being on your side, you get to where you want to get to.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ma. You've heard it again. You've heard it again. It's not late. It's never late, and it's never too early. If there's anything you should take away from this episode again, it is that learn from people. Mentorship. You can do it alone, but sometimes you need help. Have people that can encourage you. It could be your pastor, it could be your friends, it could be your husband, it could be your wife, it could be your siblings. Major thing is have people around you, and then don't joke with mentorship. On Wendy, thank you very much.
Thank you
I
too.
called you late and then you answered.
Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
Ma.
Thank
and
you.
I believe that I'm still going to call you again and you're still going to answer us.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you again, and I forgot to say you are looking amazing today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the grace of God.
Thank you, Ma. And we'll
Thank
see
you.
you on another episode of Life Talk with Funmi.
Thank you. Bye.